Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're out here taking a look at a gas piston system for the AR-15 rifle. This gas piston system replaces your direct impingement gas system and is a kit you can drop in yourself. This is what it looks like underneath the handguard. That's the Osprey 416 kit, and that's what we're going to take a look at this afternoon. The AR-15 is typically powered by a direct gas impingement system. What that means is you'll tap gas off right here in the front sight block. It'll divert the gas back into the action of the rifle into the bolt carrier, where it causes the bolt carrier group to spring away from the breech face. The gas piston system replaces that direct impingement system. Now there's some things that people dislike about the direct gas impingement system, and that's why you might want to put a gas piston kit in it like this Osprey 416. The direct impingement system, because it blows gas back into the action, causes fouling to occur inside the receiver area of the AR-15 rifle. A lot of people view that as a negative, and to a certain degree it is. It does make it a lot harder to clean, and over extended periods of usage, couple the fouling with, the carbon fouling with the elements outside, rainwater, mud, sand, things like that, and it can cause the weapon to start to malfunction. So the gas piston kit stops that process. All the gas venting takes place up here towards the front. You can see where the piston moves. This is the new expansion chamber, and the piston is a short stroke tappet. It only moves this far. So all the gas bleeds off and vents right here. None of that grit or carbon from the propellant gases makes its way back into the action of the rifle. It also causes the receiver of the rifle to run cooler. Now there is an exchange. The heat that you don't pick up in the receiver, you pick up out here in the front. If you're running metal handguards like these Midwest Industries rails, which we'll talk about more here in a minute, that heat will transfer to those rails and it starts to get warm up here. The kit comes with a standard M4 style handguard that will work with the new gas piston kit. And inside the kit, you'll get this expansion chamber, which is easily installed. I'll put a link to an installation video from Osprey in the description below. But you just remove one roll pin, pull your direct impingement gas tube out, put this expansion chamber in, put the two-piece gas tappet system in it, and then you replace your carrier. And I'll show you what the new carrier looks like. This is the new carrier. You'll notice it's missing a gas key that extends forward. It's now just a tappet for the gas piston rod to act upon. Now this particular kit is fail zero coated. It's a nickel boron treatment, which is supposedly self-lubricating. It makes the surface of the bolt very, very smooth. You'll also notice in this bolt carrier that is supplied with the kit, it's tapered here on the end, so this helps counteract the forces of carrier tilt. And what carrier tilt is, the original M16 carrier was designed to spring straight away from the breech face. When you put a gas piston kit in it, the piston acts upon the top of the carrier, the fulcrum being here. When the gas piston hits here, it wants to drive the rear end of the carrier down. That can cause wear here in the receiver extension area. And that's why they've tapered the rear end of the carrier. Let's put this kit back together. It doesn't really change the field stripping manual at all. It's pretty much the exact same thing. And let's put on this Midwest Industries rail system. Now here's the handguards that the system comes with. They're just traditional Colt style handguards. Now this Midwest Industries kit just drops straight on, just like a regular set of handguards. And it locks in place fairly sturdily. There we go. No rotation whatsoever. Now, this Midwest Industries kit sells for $160. I'll put a link to this kit below. It is designed specifically to work with this Osprey gas piston system. So let's get on the range. Let's do a little bit more shooting and talk about some of the benefits of the piston system. One of the benefits of the gas piston system, as I mentioned earlier, is that it runs cooler. Another problem with the M16 series of rifles that the gas piston system corrects is that if you fire the weapon with water in the barrel or water in the gas tube of a direct impingement gun, it can cause that gas tube to rupture or it can cause a catastrophic failure of the upper receiver. The gas piston system helps to eliminate that problem if you operate in wet environments. So you still don't want to fire the weapon with water in the barrel. It's a good idea to come at least 1 degree off center to start that water flowing out of the barrel, but you don't really have to worry as much about those catastrophic failures with a gas piston system. Now, as I mentioned, it also makes the weapon run a little bit cooler, but here's one of the downsides. You'll notice the gas piston system is right here underneath my hand on this rail system. Now when I fire it, I feel a little bit of gas pressure and I feel a little bit of heat. After probably 4 or 5 magazines, this rail is going to get very, very warm. So if you're running a rail system like this, you'll want a vertical forend grip or an AFG, and you'll definitely want to put those rail protectors on here to get your hands off that metal. But it does, again, allow the receiver to run much cooler. Now, you'll notice I'm firing Wolf ammunition out here this afternoon. So Wolf ammunition is 223 spec. It's not the really hot 5.56 stuff, but we found that this Osprey gas system works really well with Wolf, and it also works very well with 5.56 spec ammunition. Let's fire off 30 rounds of the Wolf. Now I'm not feeling any gas coming back in my face, even though it's operating right up here. The recoil impulse hasn't changed all that much. I can feel a little bit more motion up here in the front end. I can feel that tappet system working ever so slightly, but it doesn't change the recoil impulse of the weapon whatsoever. It still handles very much the same. Stick another magazine of Wolf in there. And again, everything works just the same. The bolt, hold open, all that stuff works just the same with this kit. Locks open on the last round. Just a little bit warm, not bad. I do have gloves on. But yeah, that's about the only negative, is that heat buildup right there. I'm sure one of the questions that some of you guys may have is how well does the Osprey 416 gas system work with a suppressor on the 5.56 rifle? I have a Huntertown Arms Kestrel 5.56 suppressor on my Wyndham Weaponry MPC rifle, which is the host rifle for this Osprey gas piston kit. Let me show you how the suppressor works on the rifle. Works perfectly. We've had no malfunctions with or without the suppressor on the rifle using the 416 kit. The gas system is self-adjusting. There's no manual adjustments to the gas system, so you don't have to turn the gas up or down to put a suppressor on the rifle. You'll notice it runs very clean. Not quite as much smoke going on back here in the action as if we were firing this suppressor on a direct impingement rifle. It works very, very well. It's nice and quiet too. The Osprey kit is available in 3 different lengths. You have the carbine length, which I have here. You have the mid length, which is slightly longer. Then you have the 20th rifle length. So it's also available with 2 different finishes on the carrier itself and finishes on the gas piston itself as well. As I mentioned earlier, I have a fail zero option on this, which increases the price by about $100. So $329 for the basic kit, which includes everything that you need, including the basic handguards, not this Midwest Industries rail, or $429 for the fail zero kit, which I have in this rifle. I did buy this kit from my friends over at Three Rivers Precision. I'll put a link down in the description below. If you want to buy one of these kits, I suggest you swing by and check them out. They have a really good price. Let's talk about that issue of carrier tilt. I'll take the upper receiver off here. I'll go ahead and pop the buffer spring out. Now if you look inside here right next to the retaining pin for the buffer spring, you can see a finish wear just to the side of it. That's the most erosion that I've seen from this kit on the receiver extension. Now, some folks are really worried about that. They think that it's going to damage the gun. I'm looking at this, I'm seeing no signs of damage whatsoever, but that's not to say signs of damage can't develop, 10, 20, 30,000 rounds later. But after a couple thousand rounds, there's no significant signs of any type of wear or damage to the gun. So I'm not too worried about that. Some folks will say that they're very worried about it. That's just one of the trade-offs. If you buy one of these gas piston kits, you always have to be, aware that you might have that carrier tilt going on. The Osprey kit doesn't seem to be too bad. There are others out there that are a little bit worse, but so far I've seen no signs of problems with it. The manufacturer makes some pretty impressive claims about the improvements to reliability of your rifle once you install the 416 kit. Now, I want to go on the record and say that I'm actually one of the people that's a fan of the direct impingement gas system for the AR-15. I don't find that it has any serious faults, especially with regards to my needs for a rifle. I'm not operating in the ocean and coming up like a Navy SEAL out of the water and firing my weapon immediately, so the concerns over bursting the gas tube or causing catastrophic failure to the upper receiver because of water in the barrel isn't something I'm too concerned with. I found the direct impingement gas system has been a very reliable gas system for me. Now, there are those out there that do want the benefits of the gas piston system. They don't want to clean their receiver, their rifle as much. They want it to run cooler in the receiver, and they'd rather have the heat out front. Whatever reason. But with the claims of reliability being improved by the gas piston system, I don't see how that really can hold true. And let me tell you why. The gas piston system doesn't change any of the operating mechanics from here back. Any problems that the M16 may have with fouling is going to happen back here. The gas piston system exerts probably about the same amount of force on the bolt and carrier, forcing it back to the rear, and it has the same spring pushing it forward. So the gunk that would accumulate in here that would cause malfunctions, the gas piston system isn't going to improve that reliability. It's only pushing on that carrier so hard, just like a DI system would be. Now, where it may make a difference is that it's not depositing as much carbon in the receiver. Carbon mixed with other stuff like dirt, sand, mud, water, whatever, can cause malfunctions. Perhaps that's where they get their reliability claims. But the manufacturer claims 13 times more reliability with this gas system. I think that's more or less marketing. Again, I've never found the DI system to be unreliable. I've, to the contrary, found it to be a very reliable system. Now, in my testing of this, firing a few thousand rounds through it, I've had no problems, no malfunctions, even starting off shooting Wolf ammunition out of this. Some folks say that when they first put the gas piston system on their rifle, short strokes, it has a few problems until you get a couple hundred rounds through it before it loosens up and starts to work reliably. That hasn't been my experience. This kit has fired 100% reliable from the first round out of the gun, and that's with Wolf and with 5.56 ammunition, and suppressed and unsuppressed. Well guys, it's time for some final thoughts on the Osprey 416 gas piston conversion kit for the AR-15 rifle. I think that the price is fair. At $329 for just the basic kit, it gives you everything you need to do a conversion of your rifle. It only takes about 5 minutes to install. I've read some folks online talking about how difficult the kit was to install. I'm about the least mechanically inclined person I've ever met in my entire life, and I was able to install this kit literally in 5 minutes. And I'll put a link to the install video in the description below that Osprey has on YouTube. All you do is drive out one pin, pull your gas tube out. You may want to get a gas tube wrench if you have a lot of rounds through your gun, because the carbon buildup can make it kind of hard to get it out. But once you get that gas tube out, the parts drop right in. The kit seems to be 100% reliable. I've had no problems with it with different types of ammunition. It runs Wolf, it runs brass, it runs 5.56, 223, you name it. It runs with and without the suppressor. Overall, I'm impressed with the quality of the kit. Now, the kit that I have in here is the 429 kit, and again, I picked this up from 3 Rivers Precision. The 429 kit with the Fail Zero is a nice option. I like the way it looks. I don't know that it increases reliability at all. They do say that this kit's made out of extremely high quality materials, including cobalt steel. So I expect that this thing will wear pretty well and probably has a fairly long service life. We'll keep you guys posted on how this thing performs. I am going to leave this gas kit in this rifle, so I'm going to keep shooting it quite a bit, and hopefully this winter we'll do some comparisons between this and a DI gun with some ice tests, and then when things thaw out around here, we'll do some mud, sand, dirt, stuff like that as time goes on. But I'm in it for the long haul with this kit. I'll keep you guys updated on how it performs. If you guys have any questions about this Osprey kit, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/military arms. As always, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for the subs. We'll talk to you guys soon.